Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Lara Tips. In our previous video, we made saving and updating for this contact us page, and we told that we'll be making the CRUD section for these articles, but before that articles, we need to do a CRUD for these categories because a category can have many articles. So first of all, we need to do that, and after that, we will be doing the articles CRUD. So if you go here in the dashboard here, blog/dashboard, we have these things here, and this is coming from the dashboard component. This JS resources, JS pages, and dashboard.view. We'll be coming to this page a little bit later. First of all, let us create models and migrations for the category. So let's say, PA model is a shortcut for the PHP Artisan make model. So this is the alias that I have made. But when you are creating a model, you have to say PHP Artisan make model and then category and -mf. M will create the migration and F will create the factory. So now it has created this category inside the models folder, the factory, and this migration. Now if I go here in the category, so now let me do guarded. This just disables the mass assignment. And inside the categories, what we want here is, so if we look here, so we have only name for the category. So the fields can be name and slug. Slug is the modified form of this category name, which will be visible in this URL and which will be SEO friendly. So let's say the name is category name, then the slug would be category dash name and all in the small letter. Okay, now let's say table string name, and we'll have table string slug, and which should be unique. So we don't want the same slug for the different articles. Okay, now let us also create routes and controllers. So if we go here in the web.php here, so we have all the routes defined here. So just before creating the route, let us create the controller for it. So PHP Artisan make controller admin/categories controller. It create categories controller inside the admin folder. So which is this. Now let us define it in the routes. Let's say route resource categories controller class. So the resource route means it will create all the routes for the categories, which will be listing, creating, updating, deleting, and editing. And let me show you that. So if I do it like this, so you can see here it has created these routes for us. So dashboard/categories post request, dashboard/categories get request, and similarly all those other routes. And these will call the specific methods here. So if you see here, this post method will call this store method, and the get method will call this index method. Similarly, the create, show, update, destroy, and edit. We'll be looking at all this. Okay, so we have done these categories. Now whenever we go and visit the dashboard/categories, we'll be visited to this categories controller, and inside this index method will be called. Okay, now if we go here, dashboard controller, you can see here we are just returning the inertia response. So let us do the same thing here. Okay, so we have this inertia and it is imported here. So inertia dashboard. Now we don't want to render the dashboard when we visit the categories listing page. So we want to visit categories/index page, and here we will be returning all the categories with pagination. So now we'll say categories, and similar to that we have done in the settings, we will return it from API resource. So let us create that PA resource category resource, which will be PHP Artisan make resource category resource. So PA resource is an alias for PHP Artisan make :resource. Okay, we have made that, and it will be inside this here app HTTP resources category resource. So if we leave these two array like this, then it will return all the columns of that categories table. Now we can say here resource. Now to return an array of data or collection of data, we have to say collection, and we have to pass a collection here. So which can be category latest get. So we are getting the latest categories here and we are passing it to the categories resource. And instead of get, let's say simple paginate 10. Yeah, if we call only the paginate method, it will call two queries, one for the list of the items and one to get the total number of items in that table. But when we call the simple paginate, it will call only one query. So it will also optimize our application by reducing one query. If we see here in this category resource here, so we are only returning the parent to array, which will return all the columns in the database. But also we are wrapping this category latest simple paginate inside the category resource. We could just don't wrap this within this category resource and it will work the same way, but the category resource will format the paginated results in a way which will be looking a little bit later, and it will be very easy for us to handle that data in the front end. So we have done this, but we don't have this category/index view. Yeah, so if we go here in the dashboard, so let us just copy and paste it for now, this dashboard, and let us rename it. So we have category/index view. Yeah, okay, now let us change some data here. Let's say categories the data and let us leave it as it is. Also I am running npm run watch already in the background here. Now if we go here in the dashboard here, and if I say here dashboard/categories, so it is saying that base table or view not found. This is happening because we haven't migrated our migration. So let us go to our code and let's say, so PA migrate means PHP artisan migrate. So if I hit enter, the table has been migrated. Now if we go here in the database, in the blogs, if I refresh here, now you can see here the categories table is here, and inside the categories we will be getting here ID, name, slug, created add and updated add fields. And now if we go here in the browser and refresh the page, now you can see here, we can see the categories and the data field. All these things are coming from here. Now we want a menu for this. So here dashboard, we want another menu, categories, and by clicking on that we want to go to this page. So now let us go to app layout, which is inside resources JS layouts, and it is coming from here, navigation links. So now let us duplicate this one and let's say categories.index, and here also categories.index. So it will just compare these two routes and it will make that active. And let's say categories here. Now if I go here and refresh the page, now you can see here the categories highlighted. Now if I click on the dashboard, it will take me to the dashboard, and if I click on the categories, it will take me to the categories. Now if you are wondering from where this categories.index came, then it is coming from this resources. So whenever we say categories, the index page will be categories.index, the route name, which I'll also be showing you from here, route list. And you can see here the names here, categories.store, categories.index, and similarly for others. So you can see all this information from the route list, and this grep grep is filtering all the routes and only showing me those routes that have categories in them. Okay, now let us go to our UI app layout here. So it's all the data are coming from here, and you can see here all this data are just touching each other here. Yeah, so let us give some padding. So let us go to the categories index and let's say p-6 here. And now if I come here and refresh, so you can see here it has a little bit of padding over here. Now here we want to show the list of categories. Also we don't have any data in the categories table, so let me just seed some data there and I'll come back. So I have seeded some data in the categories table here. Now we want to show that in the table. Let's say table, and we'll have t head, and we'll have T body. So in the T head we'll have name and we'll have actions. The actions will contain the edit and delete buttons. So in the body we'll also have tr, a row, and we'll loop through the data. So as you have seen in our previous video, so if we pass any data from here in the controller from here, then it will appear as a props. So if I go here and define here the props, I'll be able to access the data from here now. So before that, let us see how we will be getting the data in our this Vue.js file. Now if I go here and refresh the page here, so you can share name and actions, so they are touching each other. We will fix this design issue as well. Now if we go here inside this Vue tab, and here we will go into this settings index page, and you can see here we are getting the categories in this form: data, links, and meta. So that's why I was saying let's use this category resource. So if we use this category resource, then it will format the data in this way. So let's say we are not using this category resource here, so we are only using this thing. And now if I come here and refresh the page and index, so you can see here all these data are not formatted in a proper way. So let us use the resource in every places wherever we want to return some data. So let me undo the changes and refresh the page. So as you can see here, we are getting these categories as an object. So inside the object we have data, links, and meta. So from here data we have this array of objects, so we can see here all the data over here. And in the links we will get all the links, so first links, and the next link we will also be getting. So if there is the previous link, then we'll getting this here. And in the meta we'll be getting all the informations like current page and from, to, and how many data are there per page, and what is the original URL here. Okay, now let's first of all show the list of the data. Okay, so we can access this from categories data. So we can say here b dash for categories.data, category in categories.data, and here we'll be giving a key which will be category.id, and we'll have td. So this is the data, this is the header. So in the header it will give us bold if we use th, and td will give us a lighter form. Now we can show here category.name, and td will have just edit and delete for now. Okay, we will add the buttons. We have done this. Now let us go here and refresh the page. Now you can see here we are getting all the data from here. So I'll be styling this data, and all this code will be available in the GitHub, so you can see the designs. So design will be done in app.css file, which will be inside the resources/css. I'll be adding all the designs over here. Okay, I have added these styles here. So after adding the styles, the design is looking like this. Also these name and actions are coming in the center, and sometimes we may want these names in the left align, sometimes we may want this in the center. So we will be modifying these using Tailwind classes. So if we go here and we can add the class here, we can say text left. So you can see here they are all aligned to the left. Now let us create the edit and delete button. So we'll also be using this edit and delete buttons in our other CRUD sections. So let us create a component for them. Okay, now let us go here inside these components, and let us create here edit button.view, and let me initialize a view component over here, and this will be a link which will be inertia link. Whenever we click on the edit, we'll send the user to the edit page, so it will be inertia link. Now it will have a property href, and we'll pass this from as a prop. So let's say URL over here, and we want an edit icon over here. So let us grab that from hero icons. So let me copy it. When I click on it, it will copy the SVG, and let me paste it over here. And now let us use it in our this categories listing page. So here let me create a div over here, and we'll say here edit button, and let me import this here, and let me use it here. And here we need to pass this URL as a prop, so let us define that as well here, which will be required, and type will be string, and we don't want this here, so let me remove this and let me format it so it is formatted like this. Now we can pass the URL like this, which will be route edit, and here we can pass the ID of the category like this. Let me format it. Now let us go to the browser and refresh the page. Okay, we are not seeing anything. Let me go to the console here and let me see what's the error. So can't find the model components. Yeah, because the components C is capital. So if we go here and look here, so components C is capital. Now if I save and come here and refresh the page, so you can see here the edit icon is over here, so it's looking a little bit bigger. And if we go here and we can say w4 and h4. Now if we come here and refresh the page, now we can see here it is a little bit smaller, and whenever we hover on it, if you look here in this bottommost corner, when I hover here, so it's giving us the link category 11 edit, category 12 edit, so all those are coming here. So when we click on this, it will not take us to any pages because the edit page is not created till now. Now let us create the delete icon as well over here. So let us also create a component for that, and for now let us just duplicate it and let's say delete button, and this delete button will be a button, not a link. So whenever we click on this delete button, it will show a pop-up where it will say, are you sure you want to delete this? And when we click on OK, then it will delete that item. So let's say here button, and let me remove this href because a button will not have an href attribute, and I will remove this as well for now. We also want a delete SVG icon over here, so for that also let us go to the hero icons and let's say let us copy this trash one. Now if I let me paste it here, and let me also convert it into this width 4 and h4. Also we want this to be a red color, and we want it to be text rate 500. Now let us use this delete button. We also need to pass the URL here because we want to delete a category and we need a URL for that. So let's say categories.destroy and this here, yeah, and let's say delete button, and let me use it here and import it here, and let me again bring back this URL from here. So let me copy this and let me paste it here. And now if we go here in the index page, so we have done all the importing and using of this delete button. Now if I go here in the browser and I refresh the page, so we are seeing this delete button as well. Now we are seeing this on the top and bottom, so let's make them side by side. So let us give them the class flex item center space x2. So this space x2 will give the 2 units of space between these two buttons. Now if I refresh here, you can see here this edit button and this delete buttons are here. So we have done the listing of all the categories, and we have shown this edit icon and this delete icon. Now whenever we click on this delete, we want to show a pop-up, and we'll be doing that in our next video. And also in the next video, we'll be making this pagination over here. We'll be creating previous and next buttons, and whenever we click on those buttons, we'll be taking the user to that specific page, and we'll also be making a component for that pagination, so that we will be able to use that same component in every other pages wherever we'll be using the component. So that's it for this video, guys. If you want to see more videos like this, then please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and also hit subscribe button. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.